Welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner, voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard, with my temporary co-host. Are we going temporary, permanent co-host?
I think it'll be a rotating co-host, but I don't want to give anything away yet.
All right, well, assistant to the director of athletics, Eric Larson, thank you. I'm like Kelly Ripa when Strahan left, and they're just going to fill in people all the time,
yeah.
Like a rotation, like on a
Wait, my Mike Strahan?
All right, season 2, episode 2.
We were just here last week, right?
It seems like it. Time is fine.
Love it.
It only took you 2 weeks into the semester to get probably the biggest guest in the history of Falcons Corner, new president of our school, our leader, Dr. Jill Murray.
And you know what? And I'm really looking forward to this conversation because, you know what, though? She was ready, willing, and able to jump in for us, and I just think that's a testament to how much she supports athletics. I think we'll find out.
And we always talk about our biggest fans.
Mm-hmm.
She's on top of the list, too.
Absolutely. Right at the top.
Right at the top. She's a big fan of the Falcons Corner.
Love it.
How could you?
We all are.
It's a great show, isn't it? All right, LC Sports. We got some balls bouncing up in the gym, right? So we have a handful of, players that are on campus. I think maybe 6 or 7, but, between the men's and women's team. But they're getting used to the gym. Balls
usually at this time of the year,
it's a constant.
It's constant. It gets annoying. But right now, it's like music to our ears. It's a fantastic sound to hear that. And you're right. So we have, shooting around going up in the gym. We have activity in the fitness center.
Yep.
All, through social distancing rules. But we're making it work. And it's a great thing. It's good to see activity in action.
And we have some teams scheduled sometimes down in the McKinney Athletic Performance Center, the MAPC. So that's exciting. We're getting up ready to go. And
we also got our first Listen and Learn out. Like you were the premier on that one for virtual workouts.
Yep.
We have some great things planned coming forward, so we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, it's exciting time. We are making the best that we can do, like we always do, like we always say. And if any of our student athletes are watching, or prospective student athletes, or even parents of prospective athletes, we want to compete for championships whenever that time comes.
Yep.
So we're going to be ready.
And we're going to find ways to help you do that. We're going to find ways to get you prepared. We're going to find ways to support you academically. We're going to find ways for you to be successful any way we can.
Right. And even another thing I mentioned on Listen and Learn is, we want to make sure, like I said, the fall is always a big time for our baseball, softball, players. So, we're going to try to somehow promote them. We have some, some fall graduates in football who guys are still looking for that 4-year program. So we're going to try our best to promote them. So as long as they follow what we're trying to lay out for them, we're going to do our most to bring them in on the show, post them on social media, let them know how hard they're working out, how hard they're training.
And even though a lot of these workouts are virtual or they're doing workouts from home, we're still going to be competing. So we're going to find ways to be able to keep track and hold our student athletes accountable, but at the same time compete against other teams.
Right.
In terms of how they're how they're doing their workouts.
And who wouldn't want a beautiful strength and conditioning last set, best set Falcons t-shirt?
They're a hot commodity from what I understand. Like you just can't go down to the store or down to Battagless and just pick one of those up.
No.
They have to come to you.
They have to come to me. So we're gonna give all some shirts and stuff too.
Yep.
So that's very exciting. But with all that good stuff going on in the athletic department, there is just a little bit of sad news that the department experienced last week. So go ahead.
Even as difficult as it's been to for our first week of classes to start online, and all of the challenges that brings, it was made a little bit difficult by the loss of one basketball player, one of our family, and that was a struggle.
Yeah.
But I will say the Lackawanna College family, not only the athletics department, but the faculty and staff and our administration, they really step up to the plate in terms of supporting not only Coach Wayington, but the women's basketball team. You and I were at a memorial last week, and it was good to see all those girls back.
It was. Of course,
good to see that they were all supporting each other. Absolutely. But we wish Jasmine's family all the best. And even for the girls, Coach Duda spoke at the memorial, and what he said really stood out in the fact that, we don't want our girls to make Jasmine an excuse or a reason not to do things.
Right.
We want, them or to keep Jasmine in their thoughts, and we're going to keep going forward. We're going to achieve our goals. We're going to find ways to be successful because of Jasmine.
Yep. And that's a great way to honor her. And she had a great, colorful personality.
Yes, she did.
refer to my cousin who does a lot of officiating here and has been, around me as my dad, which makes him feel even older than he is. And, so we'll miss Jasmine, but I know, us as a department and then Coach Whittington and, her ladies and her team will make sure that her memory lives on. So all the best to Jasmine Lewis and her family. So, we'll be thinking of them during these difficult times, of course. But let's get ready for Dr. Murray.
Let's go. I can't wait to see her new digs.
It's exciting. How much any Patriots stuff in her office?
I don't know. I don't know how long she's been in the office.
Does she have replica Super Bowl trophies like behind her desk?
Let's go find out.
All right. We'll be right back in the Falcons Corner. Hang tight.
You only get so many opportunities to follow your dreams, to make your mark in this world, to lay the foundation for your future. So never stop dreaming, creating, advancing, because there's something bigger in store for all of us. At Lackawanna College, we prepare our students to make their mark, to help change the world we live in, and to become tomorrow's legacies. It's who we are. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey everybody, we are back on the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard, here with our new president of Lackawanna College, Dr. Jill Murray. Jill, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Mike. It's an honor. I love this show.
I know. We have a lot of big fans, and we know you're up on top of the list.
Totally.
And just Eric is behind the camera. He did measure 6 feet off,
6 feet.
So we are in clearance today.
We're good.
Yes. Talk a little bit about what made the transition a little bit different than what you expected, and what kind of led to the events that lead us to where we're at right now at the college.
Yeah. Well, Mark was still here. Our former president, Mark Volk, was still here when we shut down in March. And boy, thank goodness, what a tremendous leader. He's such a,
Right.
He's a military guy and has had so much experience with crisis management. And so I learned a lot from him. So the transition, we knew that, the handoff was July
Right.
1. And so I learned so much from watching him act and react and, his calm demeanor. And I was so proud to be able to take over in July. But it wasn't easy.
Right.
I mean, it was
a lot of decisions you had to make.
Those crazy decisions that we had to make, and things changed week by week by week. I know we communicated a lot to the college community, and I don't know that anyone actually believed that things changed so dramatically every week, but they did.
Right.
We did the best we could with what we had.
And I know, and I'm sure all the staff, I'll speak for them, all the decisions that you made and your team made, were the right decisions, not only for the staff, but for our students.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It was a tough decision not to bring back the vast majority of our students,
Right.
the vast majority of our athletes, and keep by far the vast majority of classes
and then
online.
Let me ask a question, like athletic-wise. Did the NJCAA's decision on not having fall sports factor into your decision? Did that help you say okay, we maybe that's going to help us a little bit?
It definitely helped us. I know the schools that are in the NCAA wish that would have happened for them as well. It
Right.
definitely made our decision a little bit easier, kind of took the pressure off us
Yeah.
a little bit. And I think it was the right decision for the students.
Yep.
At the end of the day, their health and safety is paramount to all of us.
Right, and I think they realize that the ones that I've talked to, I think
Do they? Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, and I think they realize that, and I just keep remembering everything you're going through now will be worth it.
I think
in
so. I hope
January.
so.
And I've talked to some freshmen, especially some freshman football players, and it's not easy being a college freshman, especially when you're doing it online.
Right.
But I think the resources that your team has set up has really given them a chance to succeed. So.
Well, in athletics, you guys, Joya, Eric. Since he's here, I might as well mention Eric.
Sure. Yeah. How proud of you are? How proud of you are the athletic team?
I'm so proud of you guys. That's the truth.
Good.
Because I think what the design of the process you guys have created, the packages that you've developed, the way that your coaches, our coaches, relate to these students. The reason they're here is because of these coaches.
Right.
And so everything that you guys have put together, I know you've been working on it literally since we left.
Right.
It's going to work.
Yeah.
It's going to work, and it's going to be best for them.
Right, and even if you think our part-time coaches,
Yeah.
they're investing so much more time now.
Oh my
so
goodness.
they obviously love the school, love the
They do.
program, love the athletic department, and love their kids.
I'm just so bummed. I love football,
Yep.
as you know.
Yep. Yeah, we're going
Sorry.
to talk about that.
Sorry about the Jets, but I love football, and I love fall sports.
Yep.
Of course, I love basketball, and so I'm really hoping we get back to it.
I am. I'm hopeful. And a couple of the football guys I talked to, they honestly was like, Coach, we know you're always honest with us. Do you think we're going to have football? And I was like, I've heard nothing otherwise.
Right.
Prepare us if you're going to.
Right.
You know, that's the only thing, you know, we
That's all you
can
can
ask.
do.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
So one thing you might have missed out was some fanfare of being
Yeah.
named the new president. But I could see you in what, you know, like Bill Belichick type, that you don't care. I'm strictly business. You know, we'll worry about that later. You know, did you miss like that fanfare that you could have had? Like, all right,
No.
you know, welcome you the Bill Belichick side of like, I'm
I-
just going to do my job, put my nose down, and go.
Yeah, I'm not someone who really likes a lot of fanfare. I certainly would have done it if we had the opportunity to
Right.
do it, because I think it's important for the college to have a formal presidential installation and that kind of stuff. But it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have it when we're going to have it, and it'll be fine whenever it occurs. The first and foremost priority is just getting through the semester,
Yep.
getting everybody started,
Yep.
which we did this week, and then getting everybody
Yep.
through the semester.
So we should expect you in some Subway commercials like Bill Belichick. then?
100%.
Is that? I haven't seen. I heard they're good, but I haven't seen. I won't watch them out of spite. You know that. So we talk a little New England Patriots. You know, well, I know we mentioned Cam Newton signing. Does that give you a little bit of hope, or would you rather just?
No.
You have probably, and the Jets are in the division.
Yeah.
You probably have the worst roster top to bottom in the AFC East.
I think we do. I think we'll still win, though.
I know. That's what hurts me so
It's
much.
coaching. It's coaching. I actually hope Cam can reinvent himself.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone can do that, I think it's probably Coach Belichick that can get him to a different place.
I'm curious to see if that could happen.
I am too. I don't know if he'll play, though. It sounds like Stidham is going to play.
Possibly. You know, but I think if you just had to go like on paper right now, you know, Cam should be the starter. And I hope that he is, and he comes in to his first post-game press conference dressed up like he normally gets,
Oh,
so
I
Belichick
hope he
just
does.
loses. That's what I'm hoping.
I think it'd be great if he came in with the cutoff, sleeves cut off,
Yes.
and
then
imitating Belichick.
We'll talk about my miserable Jets.
I
They
don't
have
know
the
that they're going to be
worst-
that miserable.
They have the worst receiving core in the history
Well,
of the NFL.
They got rid of all their good guys.
There's nobody. And then our second round draft pick has been banged up a little bit, and
Yeah.
he said he will play week 1, but I'm concerned about the Jet offense.
You're in trouble.
It's just typical.
You're just in trouble.
Now, you know, we know you're a big sports person.
Yeah.
Since professional sports have been back, have you had a chance to watch? Are you watching any
A
sports?
little
on
bit of
TV?
NBA,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get myself, excited about the NBA and some hockey. Our vice president of human resources is a big Flyers fan. She's
Yes.
a hockey fan.
I'm a-
Would you ever think that?
Right. I wouldn't think that, and I'm
No.
a big Fire fan too. And I know we're recording this a little early. They are on the brink of elimination. When this airs next week, my hockey season may be over. My baseball season's over because the Mets stink. My football season's over because no one cares about Pac-12 football. So Colorado's done.
Yeah. What's left?
Flyers, Sixers, my NBA season's over.
Yeah.
And it's just,
It's just tough. It's
I'll
tough.
still watch.
And doesn't it make you really think how important sports are to just culture in general?
Yep.
Like your life, your daily life. I love sports. I love basketball. I love baseball. I love especially, I missed all of the college championships this year, the college baseball championship, softball championship. So I really miss everything,
Yeah.
and I want it to come back.
How do you feel about not having fans? Like, I'm having a hard time watching sporting events and not having fans in
Strange.
attendance.
It's very strange. I
Yeah.
don't like it, but I'm glad they're playing.
If I had to
You
pick
know?
one or the other, I would
Yeah.
pick playing. And then as a former athlete, I would have a hard time not playing in front of fans.
I think it's got to be very difficult to play in front of 0 people.
Yeah.
And just noise being piped in.
I couldn't handle it. Like, even picturing if we have to go to, we have sports in the spring,
Yeah.
and if there's not going to be fans in attendance, I think that'll be a little
It's going to be hard.
strange.
Well, and I'm surprised that high schools are still playing sports. I think that's a tough decision to make.
It is.
Like the NCAA, I wish the PIAA had made some different decisions.
Right.
But at the same time, understand it.
Right.
It's a hard decision to make. Some of these kids are using this season to propel themselves into a great college career. So
Exactly.
I get that.
Right.
I
And
get it.
the whole mental health aspect and stuff too, I
Yeah.
know. Me having an upcoming senior, he doesn't play, he golfs.
Well.
So he's not really a fall sport participant. He's just on the golf team. But him being a winter and spring
He's
athlete.
just on the golf
he's
team.
just on the golf team. Him being a winter and
Michael,
spring.
don't pay attention to your father here.
My polar bear, however, runs cross country, and he is.
Nice.
We roll him through the course. He doesn't run. We roll him. But I don't know how he would react to not having fans and not having a season. So. And
part of the whole idea of competition is that fan base, right? Whether it's home or away,
right.
it makes you play better. I think it at least gives you some inspiration to be able to, to play in front of a home crowd or to upset if you're away. So.
Right. Yeah. There's always having that crowd is big. So where do you see Falcon athletics in January? Like, where do you see us, at as a university, as a college?
Well, I'm hoping that we'll come back. I'm hoping that somehow this awful virus will be under control, or at least we'll have watched some best practices
right.
from other colleges and universities and be able to take that and incorporate that into our spring athletics. And I really hope that we're back and playing as soon as possible.
Yes, I think we all hope.
Right?
Yes.
I want kids back in the hallways. I mean, I like to see students interacting with one another and having some good, having some fun and eating together.
Yep.
Nothing is open,
Yep.
so it's just hard.
And I mentioned to Eric earlier, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the show, is that it was nice hearing balls bouncing above our heads in the gymnasium. There wasn't that many of them, just one or two, but it's a nice sound to hear back into the student.
Because it's been radio silence for 6 months. Can you believe it's been 6 months, Mike?
Exhausting. Exhausting. And I mentioned this on last show, there's no one happier in this world that I am back to work than Mrs. Voice of the Falcons. She is
I'm
thrilled.
sure.
Yes,
I'm sure she's thrilled.
She is thrilled. We thank you for joining us. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for everything you do for Lackawanna College and to the athletic department.
Thank you.
And just to let you know, we're all working very hard for you too.
We're proud of you guys. We will be okay.
Yes.
We got it.
Yes. We'll take flight.
Take flight.
Yes. Everyone will be right back in the Falcons Corner.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey everyone, back on the Falcons Corner. It was great having Dr. Murray on the show.
What a great conversation. And, she just provided us with so much insight to, some of the hard decisions of Lackawanna College and the things that they had to think about going through. And a great conversation regarding sports in general, and what it means to not only us, but to society, for our mental health and well-being as we're going through with things. There's challenges, no fans at competitions. And, definitely a great conversation.
She's proud of us.
And we got that on camera. That's fantastic. We appreciate it. So thank you.
And I know it's not just us. She's proud of the entire college community. But it's
it felt like it was great to us.
Yeah,
but we know what it.
But she and I think we all respond to leadership, just like I respond to you and Joya, and then we all respond to Dr. Murray and the whole leadership. So when you have great leaders, it's easy, to work hard for them. So I'm glad that she knows that we are kicking butt for her.
And we did get another question answered. There is no New England Patriots artwork in the office yet.
I think it's only a matter of time before Deshi's like a giant fat head of like Bill Belichick.
Now, she did tell us when we walked into the office, she's still waiting on artwork.
Yep.
We just don't know what that artwork is yet.
I hope for everyone's sake it's not Patriot related. I mean, the NFL season does kick off tomorrow.
We'll have to flood her with Falcons gear. Although she can get it anywhere she wants, probably.
She's the president. Maybe like a Night Jets t-shirt or something.
Is that like the backboard of the garbage can?
Listen, as a Jets fan, I can't argue with that. But it's terrible. But we do want to mention esports real fast before we take off.
Yep, they're in action. They're tipping off September 28th. So we're looking forward to that. We're still waiting on more details and information from the NJCAA regarding schedules, but they will be in action here at the end of the month. And we're going to put that information out as we get it.
Yep. And then I I did notice, I think I heard Dr. Murray give me a little bit of dig when I referred to Michael being on the golf team, but not actual golf participant.
Yeah.
However, between, and some of our fans may not know that we might have recorded that before we're recording this part,
But they don't need to know that.
Right, but my son isn't only a fall athlete as far as golf now. He decided to take on a different venture, which we can get into next week, because that gives us something to talk about.
Oh, this could be a whole segment, by the way. And I don't want to give it away right yet, but it is breaking news in the Rickard household.
Yes. Believe me, it was breaking news. It was breaking news. And when my parents watch this, they don't even know yet. So I'm going to hold off until they see this and they can call me and say, what's going on?
Yeah, I really think this is a conversation you need to have with your parents before we put this public.
I wanted to go public before and then have the conversation with my parents. But
I don't know, but at the time, I really
I've
thought
disappointed my parents for so long. Why should things change now?
I think they are going to wonder what's going on in the Rickard household.
Probably. We're going to leave them hanging.
All right.
All right. But everyone, thanks for tuning in for another edition of Falcons Corner.
Fantastic.
Maybe you'll be in that seat next week. Who knows what's going to happen?
We're going to shake it up.
Right? But for all your Falcon news, our athletic website, social media pages, LC Fan Network, it's all out there. Make sure you tune in.
We already have the guest scheduled to record tomorrow, and I think people are going to be interested in hearing this.
I think
won't
so
give
too.
that away yet.
Yeah, I think so too. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.